Welcome to the Travel Agent Tell All. I am going to give a couple of moments for people to hop on. Also going to check and make sure my video is working, my audio is working. You can hear me loud and clear. Perfect. Okay, y'all, sorry about that. I had to double check, had to open up my YouTube and ensure that my video was live. Now, we have about 85 people that signed up for tonight's workshop. Don't worry though, if you happen to hop on late or if you have to hop off early, you are absolutely going to have an opportunity to catch the replay. For everybody who registered for tonight's travel agent workshop, I will make sure that I send you a copy of this replay. But if you are here live, then you have the opportunity to get all of your questions answered. Now, you got to forgive me if I sound a little crazy. I am going to be drinking my little water because, y'all, I am in ATL and the pollen is pollinating. Okay. It is crazy outside. And so let me know where you are tuning in from. Drop your location in the chat. I would love to see who we have tapping in. While we are waiting on a couple more people to hop on, I would love to start with an introduction for those of y'all who are joining me for the very first time. So I am Coriel, one of the founders of Ellevate Travel Co., which I am beyond excited to share more information with you all about tonight. I have been a serial entrepreneur for more than the last decade, and being a travel lover is what afforded me the opportunity to get into the industry and then to also create other opportunities for Black women like myself who want to turn their passion for travel into a paycheck. This is the season where a side hustle is pretty much a necessity. I mean, people are doing something strange for some change in this economy. And if you are not there yet, where you got to do something strange, then this is an opportunity for you to learn how to use the skills you already have, the passions that you already have to pursue something new. So I'm assuming that you all are here because you love to travel. If that is you, let me know in the chat some of your favorite places to travel. I would absolutely love to know where you want to travel. If you have some places on your bucket list, let me know those. If you have some places that you've already been, but you got to make sure you get back to, let me know those as well. I'm about to tell myself a little bit. I am actually still not packed. I have a flight tomorrow at noon, still not packed, kind of packed. I like to say that I'm like mentally packed because I made my little list. I know what I need to pack, but it has not made it into the suitcase yet. And one thing that I am always thankful and grateful for is the fact that because I am a certified travel agent, because I have been in the industry for a decade now, I get to save on my personal travel. Now, I don't necessarily have flight deals, but I am staying for like $64, $65 per night at this hotel. And so one of the biggest perks of becoming a certified travel agent is the opportunity to not only make money on travel, but to save money on travel, which I know is one of the big perks that a lot of people are excited about. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can get this conversation started. Now, let me just double check really quick and make sure. Okay, we got action. I wanted to make sure you all could see my slides, and I see that you can. So you are here because you want to know how you can get paid to travel or how you can save money on your personal travel by becoming a certified travel agent. And that is what I'm going to share with y'all tonight. So as I mentioned, I am one of the founders of Ellevate Travel Co., which is a boutique travel agency that offers travel agent certification, which is what I'm going to share more about tonight. We also have a host agency network and community for travel agents. And we also offer full service travel planning. So we have a diverse offering that hopefully will fit your needs. And I am excited to share a little bit more about what we have for you at Ellevate Travel Co. Now, I think it's super important for me to start by telling y'all a little bit about how I got into the travel industry. I love when people ask me, it's one of the questions people ask me all the time when I tell them about the travel agent certification specifically. People want to know, is this MLM? Is this network marketing? Is this multi-level marketing? And I am always excited and proud to say, absolutely not. Ellevate Travel is an independently owned travel agency. This is not network marketing. We are not selling you an opportunity so that you can go out and sell other people the opportunity. However, that is how I actually got my start in the travel business. That's how I first became a certified travel agent, which is one of the reasons why I am very anti multi-level marketing for myself. People love network marketing. And for those who are really in it, I know it can work for you, but for me, it was not for me. So years ago, literally 10 years ago, I got invited to an opportunity meeting. And if you've ever been to an opportunity meeting, you know that these meetings are full of energy. Everybody's excited. Everybody's in love with this business that they are sharing with you. And in this particular case, it was a travel business. And so they were excited. They got me excited because I already love to travel, because I was already, I've been planning trips for me and my friends since college. So I was already like the planner in my friend group. So it just made sense. It was a no-brainer for me to join this company to become a travel agent. Once I took the trainings and I, got my certification and I got to the other side and I was ready to start booking, I had questions. And when I turned around to ask the people who were at the opportunity meeting, the people who had brought me into the company, when I wanted to ask them about, how do I actually book these trips? Which vendor should I use for this destination? I just had questions because I didn't know what I didn't know as I was figuring it out. And what I quickly realized is that these people were clueless about booking travel. I quickly learned that they were not making their money off of booking travel and being travel agents like they said they were. They were actually making their money off of selling the business to other people. That was not what I wanted to do. That is not my ministry. I am not a network marketer. And so I had to literally learn it the hard way. I had to learn everything, the hard way, just trial and error, figuring it out. And so that is how I got my start 10 years ago. But I quickly realized that multi-level marketing was not for me. Network marketing was not for me. And so I did my research to figure out how I could establish an independent travel agency. And a few short years later, I actually developed a full service travel agency. Started training other aspiring travel agents on how to become certified, hosted group trips for, I want to say like 7 years. And then I ended up selling my travel business in 2021. But because I still never lost my passion for travel, and because my life has kind of opened up to allow me to travel more, I have 2 small children, so they sat me down for a little while, but your girl is back outside just a little bit. And because people are still constantly asking me about travel, I figured it was now a good time to get back into the industry and help other people, other Black women specifically, learn how they could turn their passion for travel into a business as well. And so here we are with Ellevate Travel Co. Now, my co-founder, Takesha, is actually my prior manager. She managed my original host agency. And so now we decided to partner to co-found Ellevate Travel Co. And Takesha is out there in the internet universe somewhere. So, hey, Takesha, drop me a line in the chat. Let the people know that you are here. I see we got questions coming in already. I am excited that y'all are excited, and I definitely want you to drop your questions in the chat. I am going to circle back and answer all of the questions at the end, unless you're asking me a question about something I'm specifically talking about, because your girl got a little bit of ADHD, and I will get lost in the sauce if I, go down the rabbit hole of answering all of those questions. But I absolutely will make sure that I do not leave here tonight without answering every single question that you all have. So drop them now if you already have something in mind that you want to know, or as I am going through, if you think about things that I have not said just yet, you can drop those questions in the chat as well. And there is Takesha. I already gave my little warning that the pollen is getting to your girl. So if you see me taking frequent sips of water, it's so that I can catch my breath. Okay. My last disclaimer before I get into this is if you hear my children in the background, I promise you they are not being abused or neglected, except that they might be abusing each other, but I will take care of that when we are done here tonight. Hopefully y'all cannot hear these children. And shout out to the moms who probably got kids in the background as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now that you know a little bit of my background and how I got into the travel business, let's talk about what is in it for. Okay, Nigeria checking in. What is in it for you? So as a travel industry professional, you, number one, have the opportunity to create your own schedule. I know for the last several years, a lot of people have been taking advantage of, the work from home opportunities, but a lot of these companies are calling people back into the offices. A lot of them are not being as flexible as they once were. And so this is a truly flexible opportunity because you have the opportunity to work from anywhere as long as there is Wi-Fi. As long as you have Wi-Fi access, you are able to do what you need to do to work your travel business. You have access to exclusive travel deals, which I'm going to show you a couple of those deals in just a second so that you can get an idea and some screenshots, some receipts. Okay. I know we love screenshots and receipts. I am part of the screenshot ministry. So I want to show you some of the deals that I was just able to pull in preparation for this workshop. Those deals are available for you to use personally, as well as for you to pass on to your clients. You have the opportunity as a travel professional to help others create unforgettable experiences, especially if you decide to host wellness travel, if you decide to host cultural travel, if you decide to plan honeymoons or weddings. There are so many different types of travel that you can specialize in where you have the opportunity to be a part of someone's memory. Like you are literally helping people create these unforgettable experiences. And that is truly just a joy to be a part of. You also have the opportunity to make income without restrictions. So depending on how much time, how much effort, and how much energy you want to put into your business, what you put in is what you're going to get out. And so as flexible or as much free time as you have to be able to work in and on your business, that's the only thing that's going to determine your income. And I'm going to share with you at the end a little bit about how we at Ellevate Travel Co. are helping you to keep your income as a travel agent. So I said that you have the opportunity to save on your personal travel. I said up to 70%, but that's really just, we're going to say up to 70%, but you definitely have access to some amazing deals. So I've been telling y'all about this $487 Thailand deal. I've been talking about it for the last 3 days, ever since I found it. I had seen people talking about this on TikTok. I saw people talking about it on Instagram, and I just had to find it for myself, and your girl found it. So I wanted to share with y'all one of the amazing deals, and we're going to go through a couple of these. But if you look right here, these are screenshots that I literally took today from one of our vendors. This one is a Thailand trip. It is $487 per person, and it includes 5 days, 4 nights at a 5-star hotel, plus a tour of Fifi Island for $487. Okay. This is a Dubai trip that you have access to. Again, 5 days, 4 nights at a 5-star hotel for $645. Now, this particular vendor offers these incredible prices where the agent fee, this might be the agent price, and then your guest price might be $150 or $200 more. But even $687, and I don't even think this one specifically is $200 more. It might be $150 more for you to bring a guest or for you to sell this package to your customers. But these are incredible, amazing opportunities that I have not seen anywhere else, and that you are going to be hard pressed to find anywhere else. And as you see here, it only requires a $100 deposit. So these are opportunities that you can take advantage of personally, and you can also package them up and sell them to your clients. Now, your girl's eyes are pretty bad. If you can zoom in, go ahead and do that. But I wanted to also give you a screenshot from another one of our vendors, one of my favorite vendors. And I'm checking my phone often to make sure Takesha is not sending me notes or reminders of something that I need to share. But I think this is, let me see. Cancun. Okay, so I just searched for some random dates this summer in Cancun just so that I could show you examples of some of the agent rates. So you see the rates range from $473 per person, and I believe this is 3 nights, all the way, depending on how luxurious you want to get, to $1,000 a person. But my point in showing you this is to share that you not only have access to amazing rates for yourself, but these are the base rates that do include commission that you are able to sell to your customers. What we teach you inside of our certification course is how you can bundle these up, how you can package this up so that you are able to make money outside of just the commission that these vendors are going to pay you. You want to be able to monetize outside of the commission check that you will receive. And then a couple more examples before we move on. This is Riviera Maya, 5-star hotel. These particular packages include flights. Now, one of the things that we will teach you inside of the class is why we do not, well, I don't recommend. I know some agents do it, but I do not recommend that you necessarily promote flights within your marketing and advertising. And I don't even personally book flights for other people just because, it can be very, very, people are finicky with how they like to travel. And it can be a lot of details that you are just not in control of when you are booking flights versus when you are putting together all of the other pieces of their vacation packages. However, on the agent side, these are some deals that you can take advantage of, and you can also sell these to your clients as well. So these are from Atlanta. I just put in Atlanta because that's where I am. But as you can see, you can do Riviera Maya 5 nights and your flight for $9.99. And then it tells you the dates that are available there. And then Jamaica, a 4.5-star resort with flight and 3 nights from $9.39. So these are packages that you can take advantage of, or you can promote and offer to your clients. So I see Vernicia. I hope I'm saying your name right. One of your questions is, how do I make money from this business? Well, that is what I'm about to share with you right now. So these are some of the ways that you can get paid as a travel agent or a travel industry professional. Some of these ways do not require you to even book travel for people. Some of these ways require you to just do some research, read some reviews, and make some recommendations. So you can create travel itineraries where have literally had agents in the past that have blog sites, and on their blog websites, they blog about their favorite destinations, and then they offer a what's called a content upgrade. So the content on the blog is free, but if you want to upgrade your experience on this blog, then you can take advantage of their personal recommendations. You can take advantage of their travel itineraries. I just got back from Playa del Carmen, and one of the things that I did while I was there, every time I went to a spa or a restaurant or a resort, my husband likes to stay at multiple resorts or hotels in one trip. So we were literally there for, I think, 4 days, and we stayed at 3 different hotels. Okay. That's the type of traveling that my husband likes to do. But as I was going to these different locations, I was saving them in my Google Maps. And so if you travel often, or if you've been, to several destinations, you can put together your own recommendations for travel itineraries. That's an opportunity that you can monetize outside of actually booking travel for people. You can plan personal travel. So you can plan travel for, 2 people, 5 people. Anything less than 10 is what is considered a group. Once you get to 5 rooms or 10 rooms, that is when we start considering it to be group travel. But you can do personal travel, you can do group travel, you can do professional or corporate travel. Weddings and honeymoons are really big money makers because people have budgets, right? People are not usually nickel and diamond when they are planning their destination weddings or their honeymoons. So those are opportunities where you can really create a luxurious experience and make some good money on the back end. You can create destination guides, which is the example that I used for me, just kind of bookmarking the places that I enjoyed while I was in Playa. You can host travel workshops. So I know of an agent that does, I think she does it quarterly, where she does like passport readiness workshops, and she teaches people who don't have passports what they need to do, how they need to prepare, what forms they need to complete, what the process is like in order to get a passport. And then those people in turn become her clients. So that's a way that you can also monetize your expertise in the travel industry. And then, of course, influencer opportunities. So this was a question that came up on our last workshop. Do we teach you how to, get bookings or how to get brand deals or partnerships as an influencer? That's not necessarily something that's included in our curriculum, but that's something that I do have experience with. That's something that I am, completely open to assisting you and supporting you with, if that is the area that you want to go in. So whether you have a podcast, you have a blog, or you just have, some social media platforms, if you have an audience to leverage, that is an opportunity for you to, incorporate influencer opportunities as a travel agent. So hopefully that answered your question about how you make money as a travel agent. And then, of course, booking vacation packages. Some of the ways that you can earn commission, this is probably the other part of your answer. You can earn commissions on hotels and resorts. So those examples that I showed you earlier, you can get commissions off of those. You can book cruises. Disney cruises are really big. Virgin cruises are really big. I think Royal Caribbean just announced like some amazing new ships that they have. So cruises, whether that's your personal preference or not, cruises are what I consider to be like the starter vacations. Okay. When people either don't have their passport or they just got their passport and they, don't necessarily want to go backpacking across Europe, cruises are a great place to start. There is absolutely an audience for that, and there is money to be made on cruises as well. As travel agents, you can get paid off of excursions and activities, theme park tickets, concert tickets, sporting events, rental cars. The opportunities are literally endless. And so you can get paid off of all of the different elements that you build inside of your package. So that is one of the main things that we teach you inside of our certification course, is how you can put together a package for your customers so that you are able to monetize outside of just booking their hotel or, booking their cruise. How do you find customers? Okay, Takesha said the resorts and hotels lower their public rates so agents can sell packages and earn commission. She has 34 rooms booked for a wedding with a $7,000 commission. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for dropping some numbers, because the people love to know what are some real numbers that they can look forward to. So please continue dropping them. I know a couple years ago you had, how many rooms did you have booked for that retreat? Remind me, because I was about to say a number, but I don't even know if that's correct. But let me know how many rooms did you have booked for that retreat? I feel like you had like half of the resort booked out for that retreat that you were planning. But remind me, let the people know in the chat so I don't lie. So how do you find your customers? One of the best parts, or the biggest perks, I'll say, about our travel agent certification course specifically, is that we are teaching you how to start your travel business, how to get started as a travel agent in terms of the travel side. But I am also bringing my decade of entrepreneurial experience in terms of marketing, digital marketing, to teach you how you can actually get your customers, market your business, and make money. So the beautiful thing is you probably already know your customers. They can be your coworkers. Okay. All you got to do is come back from a vacation talking about how amazing your experience was. And guess what? They want recommendations. They want to know how they can go to. That is your opportunity to make them a customer. Same thing with your church members. If you show up to church on Sunday or Saturday, depending on your faith, and you're letting people know about this experience that you had, you can absolutely turn those church members into your customers. The same with any professional organizations that you are a part of. The beautiful thing about membership organizations and groups that you may be a part of, groups are a gold mine for travel. Okay. I know of someone right now who is planning a group trip for her community. And this group trip has a price tag of almost $6,000 per person. Does not include any flights. All it includes is their stay at the resort and, whatever itinerary she has created for them while they are there. But her cost is less than $1,500 per person. So you do the math on that. She's charging almost $6,000. She's not even paying two. So you crunch the numbers and you can figure out that the math is mathing. Okay. The money is there. You do have an opportunity to get that very low base rate and then add add on your fee based on the perks, based on the itinerary, based on what you are offering to these groups. But groups are the way to go. Takesha says she had 60 rooms booked, and that was literally her first six-figure contract, y'all, and that was just off of one group. So groups are absolutely a gold mine. So even if you don't necessarily have a group or a community of your own, I'm sure you are connected to someone who does. So that could be a point of contact where you're saying, hey, I see you have this community. Have you ever thought of planning a retreat for them? Have you ever thought of, taking this coaching to a different continent? And that's your opportunity to help them solve a problem, help them make more money, and then you have the opportunity to make money as well. Your family and friends are probably going to be the first people who want you to book their travel because they know you and they want to save time. Excuse me. Ooh, they want to save themselves time. I say this very often that we don't make money as travel agents because we're rocket scientists or because we have some skill set that nobody else possesses. We truly get paid off of convenience, off of the time, the effort, and the energy that we are saving people from having to search 100 different travel sites, read 1,000 different reviews, before they are able to pick out a resort or choose a destination. We are saving people on their time, and that is how we are able to make money. Becoming a travel agent does not require any skills that you don't already have. If you have ever booked a trip for yourself, if you've ever, logged on to any travel website and done the research, put together a package for yourself or for your family or your friends, you already have the skills required to be successful as a travel agent. Social media is a great free opportunity to find clients. Networking events are also a great idea for you to be a part of, especially as you are first getting started. And then the absolute best way for you to market your business is attraction marketing. Hands down, that is how Takesha built her travel business. She was constantly traveling with her family, and people wanted to know, how are you doing all of this? Like, how are you affording to go all these places? How are you finding the time to go to all these places? And she was able to turn those questions into quotes and then turn those quotes into commissions. So all you have to do is continue doing what you've been doing, which is hopefully traveling. If you have not had the opportunity to travel as much as you would like to, then you can save on your personal travel. Once you become a certified travel agent, go ahead and start traveling more. And then more and more people are going to want you to book their travel for them because they're going to want to do the same. So that's attraction marketing. It is, you are attracting your customers by going out and doing the thing that you want to help them do. And inside of our certification course, we teach you exactly how to do that. So our course is 12 hours of coursework over 6 weeks. So you can become a certified travel agent in just 6 weeks. We have set the course up to offer 2 parts. So over those 6 weeks, we are going to have 6 live training sessions. The sessions are on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We are kicking off the course on April 7th. And so if you want to get in where you fit in, this is absolutely the perfect time to do that. In addition to those live training sessions where we are sharing the curriculum, you also have 6 office hour sessions where Takesha and I will be available to answer any questions that you have about the coursework that we have covered over that week, or any random questions that you come up with. As you are taking the course, we encourage you to tell people what you are working on, to share your progress with your people so that they know that in just 6 weeks, you are going to be able to start booking their travel, so that by the time you are finished, you already have customers waiting. You already have people in your inbox with inquiries about how you can help them take their next vacation. In order to receive your certificate of completion, you must attend at least 4 of the 6 live classes. Of course, we know everybody's schedule is different. People are on different time zones, but attending 4 of the 6 live classes is required. And then we also send replays. So if for some reason you are not able to attend a live class, you will have access to the replays, and you have access to the entire class for 6 months. So we're live for 6 weeks, but then you have access for a full 6 months in case you want to go back and revisit anything, which you probably will. As I mentioned at the beginning, after I took my certification course 10 years ago, once I started booking travel for people, or once I started getting inquiries, there were some things that I just either didn't remember or realized weren't covered in that course. And so I needed help. I needed assistance. I needed support. Unfortunately for me, because I joined a multi-level marketing company, that assistance and support was not there. And so that is why it is very important for us to make sure that we are offering support throughout the 6 weeks, but then continuing to support you all beyond those 6 weeks as you build your business. So this is a look at our curriculum. Take a moment to review it. Our comprehensive training goes beyond just the textbook. Our goal is to provide you with not only industry information, but real life, practical information that we have both learned the hard way by building our own travel businesses and then coming together to create our travel agency. We have had the pleasure of working with hundreds of travel agents over the last few years, training them, teaching them, and coaching them as they built their businesses. And so we are bringing all of that experience into this course to help you be successful from the start. So we're going to go through an introduction to travel, everything you need to know about being a travel agent, domestic and international travel, the way that we book domestic travel versus international travel, totally different. And so whether you want to host group trips domestic, there's a lot of people who love taking groups of women to Essence Fest, or planning group travel around concerts, planning group travel around sporting events. You can absolutely build your travel business off of domestic travel, but there are certain things that you have to know in order to be able to do that. So we'll go through that. We'll share with you different types of travel products as well as a booking system training. So we are doing a shared screen where we're literally showing you, you click here for this, you click there for that, like literally teaching you in a tutorial style training how to actually book travel with our vendors. We're showing you and sharing with you travel business basics, agent best practices. We are sharing with you the tools that we use, the tech that we use, and then of course, how you can actually market your business. So right now, you all would be considered students. This is where you are currently learning the industry as an agent in training. Once you have completed the 6-week certification course, you have the opportunity to decide whether you want to join a host agency or become an independent agent. We always recommend that you join a host agency for at least your first 12 months because, as I mentioned and as I learned the hard way, Once you start booking travel for people, there are some questions that they are going to ask you, and there's some questions that you are going to have that you are just going to need support with. It just is what it is. We can teach you everything under the sun, and then somebody's going to come in your inbox with a question that is just going to throw you for a loop. And if you are a part of a host agency, you will have that ongoing support. And so I'm going to share with you all next about what we offer for our agents that do decide to join our host agency. However, whether you decide to work with our host agency after the certification course ends or not, we definitely recommend that you join a host agency, because again, if you go the independent agent route, you are going to be on your own. You are truly going to be an independent agent, and you aren't going to have that support or access to a community of other agents or experts to be able to assist you. These are just some of the benefits that we are able and excited to offer to our travel agents. Not going to go through all of them because we're not here to talk about the host agency. We'll share more of this inside of the certification course towards the end when you're getting ready to decide whether you want to become independent agent or you want to join a host agency. But one of the things that we are most excited about is that our agents keep 100% of their commission. Now, you can do your Googles or you can take my word for it, but trust me when I say you are going to be hard pressed to find another host agency that will allow you to keep 100% of your commission. It's gonna be hard for you to find it. Our entire goal with relaunching this certification course, as well as our host agency, is to help other Black women build successful and sustainable travel businesses. And if we are nickel and diamond and keeping, percentages of your money, it's really hard for you to see the profits for your hard work. Now, it's not necessarily, I shouldn't say hard work, because it's not hard as in you can't do it, but it is definitely, it takes time. It can be tedious. And you want to get paid for your efforts, and we want you to get paid for your efforts. And so that is absolutely one of the biggest perks of being a part of our host agency, is that you keep 100% of your commissions. I think somebody asked, is there a monthly booking fee for the engines? So no, there's no monthly fee that you pay for the specific vendors. Our host agency has already created relationships and has accounts with several of the vendors. With all of the vendors that you are going to need as an agent. So the monthly fee that you pay as an agent to our agency is what covers your access. So you don't have to pay anything individually to any of the vendors. We have already created accounts with our agency credentials. We created those accounts, and then you as an agent are able to sign up for your individual account and use those vendors to book your vacation packages or book your rental cars or your sporting event concert tickets, whatever. So we create the master account, and then you as an agent under our agency, you are able to access those vendors. And these are some of the vendors. And so as you can see, we pretty much have all of the bases covered in terms of vacation packages, concert tickets, sporting event tickets, excursions, activities, and rental cars, and of course, cruises. One quick thing I want to point out, because I saw someone ask about flights. I mentioned earlier that I do not recommend that people spend all of their time promoting the fact that they can book flights for people. That can just get really tricky. It can get really messy. And this is something that I have personally learned the hard way. However, you are your own boss, and you can choose to run your business however you want to run it. So if you are comfortable with booking flights for people, that's your business. However, I will say that two of our vendors that makes it easier, well, actually three of our vendors that makes it easier if you do want to book flights, are Vacation Express, American Airlines, and Delta Vacations. Okay. When you book flights for people, and I don't want to get too deep in it because I don't want to confuse anybody. But when you do book flights for people, it eliminates the opportunity for you to collect a low deposit. So instead of you being able to collect a $100 deposit to lock in their vacation, you might have to collect a $700 deposit to lock in their vacation if you're including the flight. So I personally don't advertise that I can, that I book flights for people. It's something that I can do, but it's not something that I typically do. And again, we will teach you all of the pros and cons inside the course. So before I go into our enrollment fee for the course, I am going to scroll up and make sure I didn't miss any questions. I was trying to answer them as I saw them. Does the travel pack? Oh, I just answered that one. Does it include flights? I just talked about that. So yes, you can include flights, but I would not recommend that you build your business off of booking flights for people. Because one of the things that people love is that you can say, hey, your deposit is only $100. Your deposit is only $200. Once you start incorporating flights, you're no longer able to do that. So in terms of being able to market your business, flights don't really make that manageable. Drop any other questions that you have. We are getting to the end of my slide. So I am going to get down to the nitty gritty and share the details because I'm sure at this point you are wondering, well, how much does this thing cost? So our regular registration fee for our 6-week travel agent certification is $499, less than $500 for 6 weeks of training. However, in celebration of this first cohort, which kicks off on April 7th, you have the opportunity to take advantage of our enrollment special, which is $200 off of your enrollment. So instead of you paying $499 to enroll, your enrollment fee is only $299. And I wish I had some sound effects. That's not all, because we're also giving you the opportunity to bring a friend for free. So whether you decide to pay the $299 and then just invite a friend to join you, or whether you want to split that $299, however you want to make it make sense, this is an opportunity for you to bring your business bestie, your travel partner, whoever could be that person to support you as you build your business, partner with you to build your business, or just help keep you accountable and hold you accountable for your success. So just to kind of recap, you can get certified as a travel agent in just 6 weeks. One of the questions that someone sent me was whether or not you have to get recertified every year. You do not. Once you get certified with our agency, that's it. You have your certificate of completion. You are able to work as a travel agent, and you don't have to worry about getting recertified with us. You have access to the travel agent certification for 6 months. Even though the course is only 6 weeks, we want you to be successful. So if you need to go back and review or revisit any of the information that we shared, you have the opportunity to do that for 6 months. You get to learn travel and business basics. So again, one of the biggest perks of this travel agent certification course specifically is that we're not just teaching you about travel, we are teaching you about business as well. You have access under our host agency. If you do decide to join our agency after the course, you have access to templates and tools from your travel agreements that you are going to need to protect yourself as a travel agent, all the way down to marketing materials to be able to market and promote your travel business. So those are things that you don't have to do on your own. We've done the work for you, and you are literally ready to roll once you have completed the course. Now, for anybody who is a fast action taker like myself, I already had a couple people in my DMs who are like, I'm coming to the workshop, but I'm pretty much already sold. I just, got to get a couple questions answered. If that is you and you had already made up your mind, this is an opportunity for you. If you enroll by scanning this QR code by midnight tonight, you are also going to receive a complimentary travel certificate. Now, this is one of the perks that you have access to as an agent under our host agency. If you decide to join our host agency, we have a contract with a incentive certificate company. So we are able to offer these travel incentive certificates as a way we can do giveaways. where we're doing like public giveaways, for an opportunity to win. We can offer them as incentives for people booking travel with us. There's a plethora of different incentives that we are able to give. One of them is a 4-night resort certificate. There's also certificates that include flight and hotel. There's restaurant certificates. There's tons of different incentive certificates that we are able to offer to our clients, and you are able to offer those to yours as well. So that's a really great way for you to market and promote your business when you're first getting started. You can give away free travel certificates. These travel certificates do require, I think it's like each of them is different, but the ones that I've used require a $50 activation fee, but you do not have to sit through a timeshare presentation during your vacation. You don't have to do any of those things. There's literally no strings attached. So for anybody who enrolls at midnight tonight, you get access to that complimentary resort certificate that we will send to you once our certification course is complete. All of the other benefits that I mentioned, saving $200, bringing a friend for free, those do not expire. The only benefit that expires at midnight is that extra vacation certificate. However, that is definitely something that you should consider because, as I mentioned earlier, one of the best ways to market yourself as a travel agent is by traveling. So if you have the opportunity to do that for little or no cost, you should definitely take advantage. When you scan this QR code, it is going to take you to our registration and enrollment page. And I'm going to show you really quick exactly what you are going to see. Let me see. Let me see if I can share my screen with y'all really quick. Okay, so this is what you are going to see when you scan that QR code. As you can see, the regular price is here. You have to enter this code, TRAV25, hit apply, and then it'll take the $200 off, and your new total will be $299. Okay, so you have to enter the code TRAV25. Let me put that in the chat. If I could spell. Actually, let me put it right here. All right. So enter code TRAV. There we go. 25 to take $200 off. And then we also have an opportunity for you to do buy now and pay later. I know rent, mortgage, all the bills was just due yesterday. So if this is an opportunity that you want to take advantage of, but you would like to use Klarna or Afterpay, you can click this button right here and it will bring up this page. Oh, look at all my information there. Let me go back. I just showed all my business, Lord Jesus. If you click this button, it'll take you to a Stripe page and it'll give you the opportunity for you to pay with either Klarna or Afterpay. So we do have those opportunities as well if you are interested in a payment plan. All right, so let me bring back up my QR code. If you are on your computer and you have your device, you can go ahead and scan it. I am also going to send you an email with the replay for tonight's conversations, as well as the direct link, not a QR code, but the direct link to the checkout page. I'm also going to drop that link in the chat just in case you are not able to scan the QR code. All right, so what other questions do you have that I have not answered? I'm going to scroll up one more time and make sure that I did answer everything that was here. Thank y'all so much for your time and your attention. If there is anything that I did not answer, please let me know. Just to recap, you do not need to recertify once you have done the certification course. You do not need any existing experience. If you have ever logged on to Expedia or Priceline or any other vacation booking site and booked travel for yourself, for your family, for your friends, then you already got the skills. The vendors that we use to book our travel are literally set up the exact same way that, a regular public website, booking website is set up. All right. I don't see any questions. Takesha, let me know in the chat if there's anything that I forgot to share. If not, you all have. Ooh, that's a good question. So I am going to be honest and tell you that I do not know what the laws are anywhere other than the United States. And while I'm on that subject, there are 2 states in the United States that require you to have additional certification outside of our certification. I know Florida is one, and I think, don't make me lie, but I think Colorado is the other one. I know Florida for sure. But outside of those 2 states, you are legally able to get certified through us and utilize our agent certification to book travel. Now, one way around that, if you happen to live in one of those states, would be to set up your LLC in a different state. And that's absolutely, possible. So I'm not sure, Queen Mimi, to answer your question. I'm not sure what the laws are. That would have to be something you research to see if that would be possible. Is visa application included in the training? So no, we don't include any visa applications. However, we do share with you all of the resources that you will need to familiarize yourself with so that you can be the expert with your clients. So included in all of my my booking agreements, I have a link to like the embassy, to the, United States Embassy, that gives you all of the travel requirements for every country, every destination that you could be going to. So those are things that you want to familiarize yourself with so that you can share that information with your clients. Thank you, Takesha. So if you are already a travel agent and you would like to work under Ellevate Travel's host agency, you do not have to go through our certification course. There is an application, and then there's a fee. You'll just pay the monthly fee, but you do not have to go through our certification course. If that is you, you can log on to ellevatetravel.com. Oh, my kids have broken out of their room. Okay, I'm coming. So if you log on to ellevatetravel.com, this is for existing agents. There is an application there for you to complete. And then the process is much quicker and easier if you are an existing agent. Thank you, Takesha, for reminding me to share that. Any other questions? I don't see any. All right, y'all. So I think I've given you all of the answers that you could possibly have needed to decide whether or not the travel business is for you. If you do happen to have any additional questions that you didn't want to share, you may want to ask offline. I am dropping a number in the chat. If you send a text to this number, it will come directly to me. Oh, that says test instead of text. You can text me at 404-369-2700, and I am happy to answer any questions that you have. You can hit reply on any of the emails that you've received, and I can I can answer those questions for you. And again, you are going to receive an email with the link to enroll, as well as the discount code and the replay for tonight's workshop. Thank you so much for your time and your attention, and I will see you April 7th inside of our travel agent certification. Peace out.